think along the way, I've always, Vijay is like my godfather almost. No, I had a red coat on.
After we finished the last shot, when big rain came and everything got washed out.
I mean, it doesn't feel like 10 years ago.
Still, I have the old coins. Still, I have the camera what we used.
Wow. I never knew that story. I hope to act until I'm 80 years of age.
Suddenly, Amy was running out of the car and crying and running out of the car. I didn't realize why she was crying and running.
I was 17, Vijay. I was 16. I celebrated my 17th birthday on the set. That didn't work for the last 500 years, probably.
So, 10 years of Madrasapatnam, does it feel like a dream for both of you?
We didn't realize it's 10 years, actually. That's the truth.
That was scary. Yeah. That made me feel really old.
But you started really young.
Yeah, okay. That makes up for it.
No, it's a very, very special film for all of us, undoubtedly. And it's a lot of great memories we have in this film, especially with Amy and Arya, the tough days of shooting and a lot of sleepless nights. No, but I think all the effort was worth, and today after 10 years, still people remembering the film itself, a great thing. We are really honored.
So honored. I mean, it doesn't feel like 10 years ago. It feels like only yesterday, and that was obviously my very first experience of India. That I've never traveled out of Europe before. So to think that was 10 years ago, and so much has gone on since then. But Madrasapatnam holds the biggest space in my heart, because that obviously changed my life forever. I've got a lot to thank Madrasapatnam and Vijay obviously for that. So 10 years has just gone by so quickly.
So
I still remember. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Go on.
No, I think Madrasapatnam is a very dream film for all of us, as Amy mentioned, because I think the dream was mainly we able to achieve because of producer Kalpathy Agaram sir. Without him, I think we would not achieve this dream, because he believed in us and he really supported us, and he's a big backbone for the film. I think Agaram sir, I should really thank him here. Of course, Arya. Arya is a person who designed this project, because initially when I narrated the script to Neerav Shah, cameraman sir, he only took me to Arya because we are good friends, and from there only it all started. So, the journey is
But Vijay, this was your third film, and I remember you mentioning it was in one of the initial interviews that Madrasapatnam was meant to be a film that you wanted to direct sometime later in your career, after you would settled in that. But what prompted you to start this a period movie at that? And it's not a period that none of us are aware of. We have our grandfathers who stayed in that time, and they knew how Madras would have been at that point. So what was the most challenging thing?
Honestly speaking, as I said, I was not planning that as my third film. It was supposed to be much later. As I said, it's Kalpathy Agaram sir and Arya and Neerav Shah, cameraman, who all believed in the script. And after Poisulapuram, Kalpathy Agaram sir, whole family liked the film. After that, when I went to narrate the script to them, they immediately liked it. So we had a lot of challenges, because either I'm a big director, or we are all just growing at that point of time. Arya is definitely a bigger actor at that point of time, but everyone is growing. So at that point of time, to invest in such a huge budget on this, youngsters, I think the credit goes to Agaram sir, once again, you can say. Yes.
Taking that risk on us.
Yes, and as you said, Amy's character is a very crucial part of it. So I think whole film drives in Amy's role, actually. It's a very, very important role, and I know once I get the right person for this character, the particular Amy's character, I think everything will fall in place. I think that it's a God blessing for us to get Amy.
No, it was my God blessing that you found me.
Also,
completely changed my life.
Also, tell me, Amy was aimed Amy after you found Amy, or was the character Amy even before?
No, the character was written before, and we were searching for it. I don't believe. I always know you aim for high thing. You are trying for all over Hollywood actors because you want English girl. Now
True.
you are trying. I don't believe I approached Vanessa Hudgens.
Who's
Okay.
agents?
So we tried to approach her to her agent and everything. But honestly, I think Amy is born. I always say Amy is born for that film. So I saw a picture of
Miss Teen World.
Miss Teen World picture in the net. When I didn't know her name or anything, so I just told my UK agent I need to meet this girl when I come to London. I want to meet her because I know something is. I know this is my heroine. So I was before even seeing Amy, I showed Arya. Arya, this is our heroine. Arya is bowled over. Oh.
And I had no idea. I mean, I was absolutely clueless. And I got a phone call, like middle of the morning from my agents. You know, a director from India wants to meet with you. And I was like, I'm not an actress. I can't act. Why does he want to meet with me? And they said, you know, they've got a character and they want you to come down and just act out a few scenes and hear the script. I said, okay, but please tell them. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. They said, okay, don't worry, that's fine. Let's see what happens. So I went down and then instantly, I mean, the script was incredible. And obviously I didn't read it as an actress. I just read it as, you know, a normal human being. And it really resonated with me. I really loved the character and Vijay as a person and as a director and how he narrated the story. So I thought, okay, well, this is great. Let's see what happens now then. But Vijay showed me the ropes completely, and his whole team. I feel like the Madras Platinum team, I've never experienced that since a movie. I don't know whether that was because my first experience, but it was like a family. I think everybody really helped one another, especially me not knowing what was happening or what was going on or what to expect. So it was a great team of assistant directors and production. So it was a real family unit.
See, this is Amy's version of this, so I think you have to have done my version. So I've landed UK, so I've been auditioning so many girls for the heroine role. My agent couldn't able to reach her. My agent couldn't meet her agent, couldn't able to reach her agent. So he was telling, Amy will come tomorrow, Amy will come tomorrow. They were cheating me continuously. So that was the last day of audition. Actually, I was just losing my hopes. So definitely I can't get it because I don't know which part of London, UK she is.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she's in Liverpool because something like Trichy for us. She has 300 kilometers from. She's in Liverpool. I didn't have no clue of where she's living, and even I've known her full name also. I just know her only photo, one picture of her in the world. So that's how I'm going to wrap in another 4-5 hours. I was very upset, and suddenly I found Amy was standing in the line of the audition.
Oh,
in the audition.
I never knew that story.
Yes, that was the story behind. So what happened? I left all the other girls and directly went to Amy. I brought her inside. I told her, my agent, she's a heroine for the film. He was surprised. You didn't even audition her. You didn't even did anything. You didn't even tested her or anything. I said, no, she's the girl. So I took her outside my. Remember, she came in the school uniform. Something she come from school. She came from school. Something.
No, I had a red coat on.
That
red coat.
Yeah, you and Alan came. Yeah, next day you and Alan came.
Yeah, my dad drove me down. We drove. So we I've never been to London before, ever. This was my first time even traveling to London. I'd never been to London before. Really? I'd never been to London before. I was such a small town girl. I'd never been to London before. And my dad, I mean, I was 16. So my dad said, I'll take you, obviously. I don't want you to get on the train on your own. So he drove me down. We left at Liverpool at 3:30 in the morning to get there to London, and we sat outside. I said, Dad, we're really early. I think we got there at like 8 a.m. So it's better to be early, you know, to professional. Obviously, my dad's teaching me the ropes. I was only a teenager. And then obviously we went inside, and there were so many people auditioning for the whole family. So it was quite overwhelming. I'd never done a casting before. So that's when obviously Vijay took me inside, which was great.
But were you
because I was
become an actress, or this happened because you got a call from the agent?
Yeah, I just got a call from the agent. I didn't even think of acting as a career.
Okay.
I mean, I never thought. I thought acting was so far away, like Hollywood and Bollywood and, you know, Hollywood and Tollywood. I didn't know that that was achievable. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to do it or where to go or who to speak to. So this was by pure fate that this, you know, occurred. And I had no idea. I was still studying in school. I just won Miss Teen World, so that opened a lot of doors, but this was definitely the light shining through this door. This was the path to go along.
But
No,
you know,
I actually,
no, sorry, go on.
no, you please
No,
answer.
I was asking you since obviously this is a contemporary periodical and historical. I wanted to know what kind of effort went, you know, on paper. So obviously there must have been a lot of pre-production.
No, it is a very difficult movie to even achieve at that point of time because I remember first once I read in the draft, first draft, me and my cameraman sat and were discussing about it. So what one thing stuck in our mind is we should shoot a wide period film. It's not a very close period film. Normally we keep some props or we keep some stuffs and we try to cheat as a period. We want to keep a wide period film. Something like if you have a camera at 1945, if you have an Arri 3 camera at that point, a 435 camera, we shot in 435 camera this film negative it was. So if you have had the camera 1945, I would have shot this film. I would have not restricted myself in any wide shots, right? So that's how we thought. That's how VFX played a major role in this. I think the VFX team was really incredible team. It's called iCube team, and they really played a major part in recreating this whole stuff. It was a lot of exercise went through the whole process was a lot of exercise. At least I was flying back and forth to Bombay and Chennai for at least 40-50 times to get it right, even to understand how to execute this whole VFX thing. So it's a very tough process, and I think every film is a learning. I had a great learning. The film taught us so much.
But also, you know, like you mentioning props and all, the be it the tram, be it the car that, you know, the British officers drive, or the camera that Amy uses, you know, like your introduction, there's this very nice vintage camera. So where did you scout for all of them? Where did you get them from?
No, I think I should give credit to my art director, Selva Kumar sir. I think he was incredible and he was doing a phenomenal work because we went to research for at least 5-6 months on this whole thing.
Okay.
And he was trying to collect stuff. So still, I have the old coins. Still, I have the camera what Amy used in that film.
Wow.
I kept it very as my memory. I still have that camera with me. It is all. I think. See, especially when you make a period film, you have to create authenticity. It is very important. I think it's a collaboration of a production designer, a DOP, and the costumes. Everything put together is only we can make such a film. It is not that easy. I think in that way, I have to give credit to Selva Kumar sir, Deepali, costume designer, and Nirav Shah. The major role they played, all of them played a major role.
But Vijay is a perfectionist and he saw everything. Nothing went past him. So it was a huge team effort, but Vijay knew exactly what he wanted and he
I think
until it was perfect.
Any director's job is to put things in the right way. That's all I think. But you should have the right people to execute it, you know?
Yes.
Luckily we had the right people to execute what is our vision is. And I just have to mention about Amy because Amy was saying that she doesn't know anything about acting. I tell you, she is one of the greatest actors I worked with. She is a very natural actor. I'm not trying to say that she is here or something. She's the most natural actor. Because she doesn't come with preparation. Because even you try to add drama in a dialogue, anything, Amy delivers so naturally. It's been so convincing for that scene. I remember that scene. She has to talk Tamil dialogue in the intermission point, where she has to get this that Mangal Sutra from Arya, the interval point. And she was so stunning because the way she performed, both of them was so, I think, incredible performances, both of them. I think, yes.
So, but Amy, did you learn Tamil for your role? Because I think one of the things that critics mentioned when they were reviewing the movie was how your lip sync and how your pronunciations are bang on. So, did you learn Tamil?
No, I remember Amy.
What are the dialogues? You marked them up.
I did. You know, I mean, Vijay came over to London and we dubbed for the film there, but obviously on set, it was because it was a perfect introduction character. Amy Wilkinson was like, I couldn't have picked a more suited character because she was wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, brand new to India. The Tamil that she did speak was, you know, a little bit off in certain places, but very endearing because she was trying to learn it. So in that sense, it came very naturally because obviously that was coming from within. I was genuinely trying to learn it and obviously not really knowing the ins and outs and the background of Tamil. So that's why it was extra natural in that sense. But we really dedicated a lot of time to the dubbing and making it perfect because obviously Vijay had the performances, but the voice and the preciseness of each word needed to match on screen. So we sat and we really paid close attention to that rather than just line by line. Okay, that's fine, no problem, we'll match it. We just really took our time and did it perfectly.
And
Yes.
you dubbed
Actually,
your
I
own,
went,
she dubbed her own dialogues, or
Sorry?
you had somebody else to?
yeah, no, I went to London too because Amy voice was so good, and she was like a pro in dubbing. When I went to dubbing for London, she was like a pro, and I said, "What you have you done before this?" No, she said, "I never done this before." I
You
remember,
know, I learned how to put a brave face on. Okay, the very first day of filming, I thought, okay, I just got to do this. There was so many people. I was so nervous. You know, it was so new to me. It was so alien. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to have to pretend I know what I'm doing and just do it. And that was my whole motto and my whole outlook on life ever since. If I don't know how to do it, I'm just going to believe in myself and just go for it. So even with the dubbing, I just thought, right, okay, I've done the film, I can do the dubbing.
I think I should give her credit to her because right now I can say Amy is a little about 25. Right now, that time she was 17 or 18. And as a kid, she was like a kid.
I was 17, Vijay. I was 16. I celebrated my 17th birthday on the set. Yeah.
I know. I remember that I had to sign a lot of contracts to bring her down because she's a teen and she has to come with the adult. She can't work more than 8 hours. I have to sign a lot of documents to bring her here to India. But we didn't follow any of that. We shot more than 8.
The only thing we did follow was that my mom and my dad was always with me, which was great. Vijay wanted them there even more than I wanted them there, which was so lovely.
And I think I think I should mention this. Typical Tamil heroine mother father, no, that is Amy's father and mother.
Yeah.
I can say Rita every time running around with the food, with everything.
Oh, can I see that shot? Oh, let me see the shot.
I think I'm more excited.
He was so involved.
And I remember Amy, one time I remember when you're shooting in a very Mount Road scene. A lot of memories actually. We have to just keep talking like so many. So one day we were shooting a Mount Road scene. I remember Amy is in the car and it's almost like 40-degree, more than 40-degree heat at that point of time. We were shooting in the summer, I think May. Suddenly Amy was running out of the car and crying and running out of the car. I didn't realize why she was crying and running. So I don't know, because of heat or something. So I was in the monitor very far. So some assistant came and told me, "Sir, Amy ran out of the car, we're running." So I said, "I don't know what." And Rita also crying and running. Rita, her mother, crying and running. So I was not understanding the whole thing. So we went to that caravan. I asked, "What happened, Amy?" Rita started crying. "Hey, Vijay, I can't see the horse suffering in the hot sand. I want to adopt the horse."
We're obsessed with animals. I'm obsessed, even more obsessed now than back then. But we saw the horse and it was so hot and the poor horse was shriveled up and nobody was interested in the horse. Obviously it was a huge set, you know, there was shots to be had. Forget the horse. But for me, obviously I'd never seen that before and I said, "Vijay, please help the horse, Vijay."
So what happened to the horse?
No, we didn't even get to her.
it.
We made it to, after Amy was crying, we sent him to the shadow. We made him a little more.
They made him very comfortable. They gave him food and water, put him in the shadow, and he had a rest.
And, Lakshmi, the day Amy landed, I went to pick her to the airport. Okay, the first dialogue Amy asked me after coming from the airport. So she told her mom, "Look, There's a cow on the road.
Oh,
We were taking photographs and we were like,
இல்ல, I'm saying, இன்னும் என்னெல்லாம் பார்க்க போறீங்க ரோட்ல? என்ன இப்பவே கவுக்கு வந்து சொல்றீங்களே, மனசுல ஓடிச்சது. My mind was.
It was brilliant. We were obsessed. We thought it was
Now
fantastic.
I think Amy would have used to Indian systems now, but that part of time she was just small.
but do you guys remember the first scenes you shot? Like, what was the first scene of the movie and what was your first scene?
First scene of Amy was a bedroom scene with the aunt. I think
Okay.
she has to go and tell that to remove all clothes and say that I'm not going to do engagement scene.
I'm not marrying this man and taking off all my gloves and shouting.
So that's first scene I shot with Amy. I remember Loudale. Her name is Loudale.
Okay.
That,
The one who played the mother.
Yes.
Stepmother.
Stepmother.
Yes, stepmother.
Okay.
Okay. So that was, she was a she's a great actor, theatre actor, great actor.
Okay.
That was the first scene I remember. Am I right, Amy? That's the
Yes,
first
it
scene.
was. And it was the argument between me and my stepmother, and I had all this pent up energy, so I was shouting and going for it, which was fun. It was great. It was a good introductory scene. It was hardcore, which was fun.
Breaths before you.
Action.
This is nonsense! Completely ridiculous! He's not the right man! Oh, how can this be happening? I shan't be anybody's puppet! Why did you leave the party? You're having a wonderful time. I will not marry Robert! He's not the right man! How could you do this to me? Robert is a gentleman from London society. What better match could there be for you? Your father and I have agreed. You're not my mother. You're just my father's. Darling, if I was your mother, you would not have been born. I hate you. I don't care. You will do as you're told.
Superb.
No, in the first shot itself, I think after seeing a picture, I know she is a girl, and because sometimes you'll just the instinct says that okay, she's a person. You have to, it's just happened like that. And I think here we should also mention about Arya, because I think more than his performance, more than the contribution for the entire project of for the Madras Patnam, Arya is phenomenal, because every time he was not like an actor, he was like one of the backbone for the project, because naturally the budget goes here and there, and every time he just backs the project. He make sure that we are going in the right track, and the schedule is going the right way. He used to get so many hurts, so many fights, action blocks by that, and so many hurt he used to get. But no, he doesn't bother. I think director's actor. I can say Arya is a director's actor, and the chemistry between Arya and Amy in the film, I think it's what the whole film is all about. I think if that works, everything works. I remember when the first time I shot them, I know, okay, we have the film now.
Yeah, he was great because he helped me so much as well. Obviously, this was my debut film, and he was so patient. I mean, would do good few takes, and like, don't worry, try it this way, and giving me ideas and hints, and helping me along. So I never felt like I was rushed or out of my comfort zone. Arya really supported me in that sense.
Okay. And Vijay, if you were given a chance to go back and change something about the movie, is there anything that you would do?
No, I think everything was going right, and for the film, I think we had a best of casting, best music. G. Prakash has given a great music to us, and
I think that Pooka Karana was like the song of the year.
No, I think all the numbers in the film, Vama Dureyamma, all the numbers, I think, especially his re-recording was magical. I think it's a big soul for the film. I think I should mention GB. His contribution is phenomenal in the film. And I tell you, we all like a bunch of youngsters trying this movie with a lot of passion, and like everyone, including Arya, and everybody's focus only to intention to make a great film. That's all the intention was, nothing else on this. I think we have put our heart and soul and we worked really hard for it. We didn't know the result of that point of time. We didn't care about the results because none of them was having a big names of all. So we were all trying to experiment what we can do. And it was, I think we went to the instinct. So I think the instinct worked and most of the time it worked. And definitely Madras Patnam, as I said, after film, whatever films I've done, 10 years now, still people say Madras Patnam is one of my good work. Either I should be happy or I should be sad, I don't know.
BJ, the same. For the last 10 years, everyone said, but Madras Patnam was still your best role. And I'm like, is it good?
So,
It's good, but Madras Patnam was the best.
No, I need to grow. No, right? I need to grow, right? So I always, I'm saying every film we do from our art and we put our heart and soul into it. But some films become gem. So Madras Patnam is definitely a gem.
Yes, for sure, for me.
And I think I have to mention here about what Amy was talking about. I see, Amy, I should tell you this. The actor coming from London or from UK and coming and starting from Madras Patnam, and you're doing a biggest film of Indian cinema 2.0. It's not a joke.
No.
It's purely a hard work. You have to give a credit for that. I think it's not about a one person. It's about you. You really understood the system and you really withstand it. And you went and did Bollywood movies. You did so many Tamil movies, and after that you paired with Rajni sir and Shankar sir 2 movies. What else? I think you have done phenomenally well in Indian cinema.
You, BJ.
I think you actually placed your name very well here.
Amy, do you have any was there any scene that was very difficult for you to crack? Is there anything like that?
Dialogue wise?
It could be dialogue, could be performance, could be emotions, could be
Okay. Truthfully, everything was alien to me. Every single aspect of the whole industry, the acting, the dancing, the language, everything, the food, everything was different. So it really, I wanted to do it well. I was there. I was away from all of my friends and family, and I wanted to make this, something to remember. Obviously, Madras Patnam was my very, very first debut, and I wanted it to be special. So I really, as BJ said, dedicated myself to it. I think prior to Madras Patnam, I did a lot of immersing myself in the culture of India as well. Because obviously I was wearing saris in films and I was speaking Tamil or Telugu. So I wanted to know about the background and about the culture and about the religion of the character I was playing. So I really did my background check and my homework because I wanted it to be authentic and obviously appreciate the culture rather than anything else.